So try to get this right in the center, so you have to turn your waist, right? Turn your waist, drop your shoulder, this tucks in a little bit. You kind of feel that spiral, and the tip of the elbow connected to your lower dantian, right? And so this hand rises, washes the outside, turn your waist. So as you turn your waist, it'll drill this hand up, right? So if I turn sideways, as I turn my waist, this hand will naturally come up. So we lead with the mind, but physically turn the waist. As you turn, that's what brings the hands up, right? So you turn, and it just rotates, and then as you turn, down. So the hand covers all of this area, but the hand doesn't move because you open the arm. The hand moves because you turn the waist. Yeah, turn the waist and the hand follows. And this stays tucked down pretty much, and then it just comes here, and then you turn the waist, yeah? So turn, right? Come back and turn, and then turn, and then turn, and then turn. And then don't worry too much about how far the elbows are out. Okay? Sometimes I'll make, it just depends how I feel. Sometimes from here, I'll start to separate like this, right? My elbows will flare out this way, they'll swing out. And then they'll come back in for the palm. So, same thing, right? You can have all these variations. Drop them low. This is about height of my, between my solar plex and my belly button. This is drop down. And you want to release all of that. Let it go. So sometimes here I can feel like, oh, I'm holding on. Let it go. And then come back. You teach yourself to let it go. Rotating and here. Rotating in here. So I'm not going to spend too much time on these moves. I'm going to spend more time on the last move, but just to review what we're doing. So turn the waist and turn. Okay. So the last move, right? So all of these from here, I could just go right into the shooting palm, right? So right after the double palm, just go right into the shooting palm and such. So the last one is the two parts. So that's where I want to spend our time today. Removing the helmet and dragon rolls over. So we'll do it seated, and then we'll do it standing. You can do whichever one you want, but then you can see the difference in how it's joined. Okay, so it comes out of the shooting palm, right? So shooting palm, let's do 3 shooting palms first, 2 and 3, and then we start with removing the helmets. So we turn, and this reaches behind. It's like you're going to pull the hat off, pull the helmet off, right? So it comes here, and you rotate back, drop the shoulder, and let the arm come across your face. So coming up, reaching behind, turn, and in the seated, turn back and press. So I'll say, like, put the helmet back on the shelf, yeah? And then you turn, lift the arm, and dragon rolls over. Then the other hand will go under, and then shooting palm, and then we're on the other side. Okay? The inside hand rests on your sternum. The basic is resting on your sternum. So reach behind, turn your waist, the arm comes across your face, remove the helmet, put it back on the shelf, and then do a double press. So bring it in a little, and then press out. The dragon rolls over, and turn your waist and lift your elbow. So similar to that meditation, right? You're going to lift, support a weight on the elbow, look behind your shoulder. So turn some more, and then the hand comes out, comes across. So dragon rolls over. The inside hand shoots underneath and shooting palm. So reaching behind the head, remove the helmet, turn the waist, remove the helmet, put it back on the shelf, double pump, dragon rolls over, lift. So now you can see I'm going to have to turn my body to get that elbow pointed straight up, look over my shoulder, turn, it goes over my head, the palm goes over my head, drop the elbow, drop the shoulder, the palm scoops up, comes out, the inside hand shoots underneath and shooting palm, reach behind, hand sits on the sternum, move the helmet, turn all the way, drop, put it back on the shelf, double pump, dragon rolls over. In the beginning, don't make a big stretch, just a gentle stretch, right? Take your time, turn, look over the shoulder, drop the elbow, shooting palm, removing helmet, turn, put it back on the shelf, pump, dragon rolls over, tilt the upper body, support that bag of fries, look over your shoulder, drop, shooting palm, left hand under, left or right hand under. And at any time you can add the vibrating palm. Remove helmet, double pump, lift, look over the shoulder, shooting palm, remove helmet, put it on the shelf, double pump, elbow, dragon rolls over. We'll do a few more times and then I'll start showing you the next variation, right, where this expands. So just going back and forth between the two. Dragon rolls over. Okay? And then shooting palm. So just relax a little with the shooting palm. Okay? Alright. So always remember, keep the shoulder down. Keep the elbow tucked in. Right? Relax. Otherwise it's going to bind, be up there. When the elbow lifts, you want it to point straight up. So you have to tilt the upper body. Right? Careful you're not taking the neck out of alignment, but you have to tilt the upper body and then stretch this up. So slowly the stretch gets bigger and bigger. If you start with a big stretch in the beginning, you're going to pull a muscle. So slowly warm up into it. And slowly as you turn, start to slowly focus on turning just the spine, and that turn gets tighter and tighter. So as you stretch and gets tighter and tighter, you can really start working out kinks in the whole spinal column, yeah, from there. Okay. So the variation comes in the left, in the palm sitting on the sternum when we do dragon rolls over, right, from here. So in the beginning, you just anchor this palm right on the sternum, but then eventually this hand starts dropping, and until the hand starts reaching. Okay, so if I'm up here, the first basic is it just stays here. Okay. And then the next one, the hand starts dropping, and then dragon rolls over, right? So from here, it starts dropping, and dragon rolls over. As you drop your hand, notice how it starts to, as you drop your hand, it's starting to pull the hand out. So as this hand comes out, it naturally turns the waist, right? And make it circular. Yeah. Keep this always down, keep this down, elbow down, right? So this movement starts to turn the waist, and the hand, right, the dragon tail, the dragon rolling over starts to follow the movement. So instead of this hand just sitting here and this hand starting to feel like it's doing a lot of movement, this hand pulls the body, and this hand starts reacting to it. Yeah? And eventually what we want is, on the dragon rolls over, is this hand reaches. So if this hand reaches, it'll turn the waist and it'll pull and open this up. And then it'll be, so you end up like this, right? So you end up, let's see. So instead of from here, right, you'll end up reaching and turning, looking over the shoulder, and then you'll end up like this. Yeah, you end up holding that large ball, and then this hand has to go under, reach under, right, and do the shooting palms into removing the helmet. Okay? So I'm going to start going through a progression where this hand starts on the sternum, then it starts dropping and dropping until it opens up and starts leading the movement. Okay? So just take your time and follow. If you need to stop and reset, just stop and reset. Okay, so I start with the shooting palm, and we're just doing the seated version for now. Okay, so right over here, I'm gonna go remove the helmet, turn, drop, press, double press, dragon rolls over, turn and extend the arm, lift the elbow, rotate, look me over my shoulder, and that whip comes out, the hand shoots underneath, removing the helmet, and turn the waist as much as you can. Extend, double pump, tilt and lift, and go over the shoulder and shooting palm. And double. Okay. So this time I'm going to drop the hand a little and then do the dragon rolls over, removing helmet, press, double pump, and again I'm going to drop the hand a little, shooting palm. Okay, so I'll do that variation one more time on both sides. Drop the hand. The hand starts dropping right away. Double pump, and then drop that inside hand, and that starts to initiate the motion. Removing helmet. If I don't drop my shoulder, then I get that little click in there. Okay, and then I'm going to open up a little bit more. So this time, this hand starts reaching already. Now, right, turns and tilt and stretch. Relax this, let it round. So now it's all the way open, right? Holding the ball. So this hand has to come all the way back and then do the shooting palm. Lift. Pump. Okay, now from here already, the inside hand starts coming out already. Behind. So just take your time, lift. So on removing the helmet, the other hand stays on the sternum, but on dragon rolls over, that hand shoots out and initiates the turn. Lift, tilt your body, make this one round, tilt your body, lift it straight up, elbow straight up. Yeah, and then look over and rotate. And don't worry if this takes a while. It does take a while to learn and get used to different movements. And slowly open up. Just take your time with the stretches. Don't overstretch. Just take your time. If you feel like the stretch is too much, just make it smaller. Don't force. Just slowly let your body open up and breathe. Smile. Lead with the heart. All these things are the same. Relax the feet so they can sink into the earth. The inside hand initiates the motion. Do it one more time. And the inside hand reaches. Let the body tilt and open. Okay, and just go back to the shooting palms. And because it's this type of stretching movement that can really become a big stretch, you want to take your time small and make that stretch larger and larger and larger and tighter and tighter and tighter to what's comfortable. And at the end, you have to loosen up, right? Let everything loosen. But because it's a stretch, you want to do it enough times where you can feel it work itself out. If you stop, if you just do it a short time and you're getting into that big stretch and then you stop, you're going to injure yourself. So make sure you have time to just slowly work into it. And if you get interrupted because you're slowly working into it, you can stop gently and warm down. Okay, so you can remain seated if you want, but I'm going to move to the standing so you can see the difference. And the standing will allow a little bit more movement, and that's where this comes from. Yeah? So with the shooting palm again, right, I turn all the way to the side. So if I'm face side, right, I will turn all the way, right, covering a whole half circle, right, with my body, right, turning a whole half circle. But my hands will pass the half circle, right, and they'll come out. Okay, so facing you, and I'll go one side. And in the beginning when I'm learning, I like to lift that foot, forcing all my weight to one leg. So it doesn't have to be high, but just a little lift is fine, and sink, right, and turn the waist. Right? That just forces me to transfer all my weight to one side. Every so often I have to look and make sure that it's still recording. All right. So starts off with the shooting palm. So we're looking at the last set, right? So from here, where are we? Yeah. So from here, I'm going to reach behind, right, removing helmet, and I'm going to turn, still turn, ready? So it comes over. But instead of putting it back on the shelf, I'm going to turn back and open the hands, and they're going to swing and they're going to switch, right? So the hands will do this. And this hand is swinging in the back from here. A light tap to the Ming Meng, a light, very light tap to here. But the Ming Meng can be a little bit like a little slap, a gentle slap. Yeah, it's kind of solid. The back of. So she was asking, is it the front of the hand, the back of the hand? So as I swing, back of the hand from here. Yeah. So it's this kind of motion, right? Where you're just swinging, and it just sits right into there. Okay. All right. So again, shooting palm. Remove the helmet. So still turning the waist, still looking over the shoulder, coming down. But from here, you're going to swing. So you swing back, the hands open, and tap from here. Okay. Now it's going to go to dragon rolls over. So I'll start off with my palm remaining on the sternum. I have to turn my waist, just drop this hand, and now I'm going to lift a little. So I'm going to straighten, go all the way up. This comes up, I look up, okay, look over my shoulder, turn my waist, rotate, drop the elbow, out, and then the hand comes under, okay? And then turn. So removing helmet. Right? You notice how now I'm standing straight up again on this one leg, turning and rotating, and I come out, I'm going to swing. So come out, the hands swing, okay, and sit back, let this hand drop, elbow comes up. So I get this big stretch, and this is where you have to be careful. Don't overstretch in the beginning. Just take your time, look over my shoulder and rotate right around my spine, and then step out. Shooting palm, removing helmet, reaching behind, rotating, and then opening and swinging from here. Yeah, and then sitting back. Elbow comes up, so my whole body has to tilt, my upper body has to tilt, just like I'm supporting a bag of rice on my elbow. Turning and stepping out, shooting palm, removing helmet. Swinging. Dragon rolls over. So in the standing, you can really feel how you can really work and open the spine. It's tight rotation, just really take your time on that rotation. Tuck the elbow in. Yeah. Lift the elbow. Turn, swing. So as I turn here, I'm kind of swinging this arm out. I want to extend from the shoulder blade. It starts to roll. And now this hand starts to drop. Right? Here's that variation. So this hand drops, it starts to pull the body. Look at the elbow over the shoulder. Swing. The hand drops and starts to pull. Shooting palm. Remove. So this movement can be fast or slow, but eventually it becomes continuous. That stretch right there. So because we have such a big stretch, you really give time for it to work itself up. Like right over here, I can feel over here stretching and opening. You can make that stretch as big as you want, but your body needs to be ready for that stretch. And breathe, of course. Breathe. Acknowledge the heart, reach. Just let it turn. Anytime you can go into the shooting palm to relax and just kind of loosen everything up. You can reach all the way out now. Palm, turn your palm up. Yeah, there. Head shoots, yeah. So at any time, just go back into the shooting palm from here. Okay. So, you know, for those of you who came on a little bit early, I was running a video that I made for my granddaughter, and it showed all of that, just kind of that freestyle. And with the silk reeling, you can just flow back and forth as you learn the movements, just flow back and forth. So, I think I made that video for her for a Chinese New Year request. That she wanted to share like the Kung Fu for Chinese New Year, for Bailey, meaning for Bailey, yeah. So it's something that I think I did it on stage a few years ago at Lanakila for one of the health fairs, yeah. So it just flows back and forth, and then right, you can flow into whichever movement you want, right, shooting out, and right, it can just continuous motion into each. It can be really more dance-like and dynamic, or really simple. And you just work it out how you feel as you start learning the movements. Again, if it feels comfortable, you're okay. If it doesn't feel comfortable, just kind of stop, relax, shorten the movement, take your time and ask, yeah. But you can see, I think you can see how you come from here as I come up, and just you have to tilt, right, to keep all this aligned. So this elbow can lift up, and it's like supporting a 50 pound bag of rice, right? And just stretching, it'll really open everything up. And take your time, because it can be a really big stretch. You don't want to overstretch it, right? And when I'm turning here and rotating, it's a really tight rotation around my spine. It gets smaller and smaller. And with the breath, breathing in and then letting everything go. Yeah. It can really be a big stretch, and trying to get this straight up and just turning and stretching, letting go. And then when I start reaching, this hand shoots out, and this causes the rotation. So it's a big stretch. Like, I can't get as big a stretch as I want to. I have to let it work itself out. Look over and just turn right around that center. Yeah. So take your time on these stretches when you come up, and they'll get bigger and bigger, right? I'm actually going up on one leg, right? So I'm going up on the toe, and I'm trying to get this straight up and down, all the way up through the elbow. Yeah. So if you take your time, it'll get bigger and bigger. The turn will get tighter and tighter, and then in between, right, go back to the shooting palm to relax, and then start up again. Yeah, just take your time. Breathe and relax and smile and all those good things. So it's right about 11:30, so we'll close class. And yeah, sorry, I gotta figure out what's going on with my phone. That's the second time where the video just cut off right at the beginning. Where is she? Oh, we'll wait for her to come back. So we'll close with the bell meditation. Yeah, loosen up a little. But that whole series, you can see the whole series of those 4 groups of silk reeling exercises it's really good. It can work a lot of things out, modify it to what works for you, what's comfortable. But it has a lot, right? That basic silk reeling where you're flushing all the organs with the heart, joining everything, and it just gets bigger and bigger and tighter at the same time, and larger and more, and then just calm it all back down at the end. If you like those silk reeling exercises, that's probably all you need. that could replace a lot of exercises. Okay, get comfortable, sit at the end, extend your legs. Yeah, just slowly get your body nice and aligned, moving with your mind, your intent. Letting everything go, allowing the body to expand but relax. Let all the tension in your hips and the knees, the ankles, the feet go, so your feet can sink into the earth. The chi can flow freely from above, from below, from all around. And rest your hands on your lap, palms up or palms down, whichever feels better for you. Remove the tension from your face, the forehead, the temples, the eyes, the cheeks, the jaws. Let all the tension go. Let your stomach relax as you breathe in and out. And gently close your eyes. Slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together, relax. Yeah, move your feet around. Oh, I'm glad I realized it. My phone stopped recording early on. So I'll go preview it. I might just cut off that section and start where I restarted. We'll see how it looks. Okay. Hey, so thank you for another joining for another session. Oh my goodness, Chinese New Year coming up. If anybody's a Hallmark addict, I'm trying to be a recovering one, but not working. Hallmark is at 75% off right now.
75%?
Yes, you've gone with me how many times? And I couldn't resist. Let me take off my phone.